Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome to our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the living card game, and Night of the Zealot, where we're still on scenario 2, which is the Midnight Masks. We're just about to go into episode 11 and turn 18, but before we do, let's take a little visit to Catweazle's cock-up corner, because I made an error last turn. Well, it was turn 16. If you remember, we were in the Mythos phase, and Wendy pulled an encounter card, which was, I think it was Mysterious Chanting, something like that. We had to put 2 Doom on a Cultist. The only Cultist we had was in the Asylum, it was Wolfman Drew, and that took us over 6 Doom. So I flipped the agenda. I shouldn't have done that. The agenda only flips at the start of the Mythos phase, so the window had shut. As soon as we started pulling encounter cards, you cannot flip the agenda unless it specifically tells you to, and it didn't. So what we should have done, even though we had more than 6 Doom, was wait until the Mythos phase for turn 17. It was at least a turn early that we flipped that agenda, and it's really messed us up, because we could have done with that extra turn, because my original plan was to have Wendy move from the graveyard. She was going to go 1, 2, 3. As soon as she got to the Asylum, Wolfman Drew would have engaged with her, and she would have still had 1 action left. She would have used that action to evade and have thrown the kitchen sink at it, because I would have wanted Drew to be exhausted. Then Roland would have gone. He'd have gone into the Asylum, and he would have tried to kill him. Again, we would have thrown every kitchen sink in Arkham at it. We had Unexpected Courage, for example, and we would have tried to kill him. We might not have done it, but if we had have done it, then 3 Doom would have come off, and we would have been fine for turn 17, because there still wouldn't have been 6 Doom. And we'd probably only be generating that agenda flip this turn. But as it turns out, made a boo-boo and made it a lot harder for myself, unfortunately. So at least we didn't make it easier. But timing issue was, as soon as you start pulling those encounter cards, you cannot flip the agenda unless you are specifically told to, and we were not. So that was the error from last turn. We got a good suggestion in the comments from Gilles, who said, why don't you move your clock round so that when this agenda does finish, you'll be at 12 o'clock. So I have done. Pretend we started at 4 o'clock. We've moved it on by 3 Doom, so we're at 7 o'clock now. And that leaves us 5 Doom to play with, which isn't brilliant, but it will have to do. So good suggestion, Gilles, nice one. Okay, let's get into turn 18. And here we are at the Laugh and Chuckle phase, so we've got another Doom to add on. And that means we're now at 8 o'clock. We only have 4 Doom to play with now. And after that, first things first is let's draw some encounter cards. So the first one is for Roland. Let's see what he gets. A locked door. Treachery. Obstacle. Revelation. Attached to a location with the most clues. Well, that is going to be where he is right now. Northside's got 4 clues. And it doesn't have a locked door. Well, does now. The attached location cannot be investigated. As an action, you can test combat for 4 to break the door down, or agility 4 to pick the locks. If you succeed, discard locked door. Right, I'll just put this on the board, won't be a second. There we go. I saved you the horribleness of watching me struggle with it, and we've managed to pop it in there. So we have got a locked door at Northside. After Roland, it's Wendy. So let's get a card for her. What does she get? False lead, another treachery. Revelation. If you have no clues, false lead gains surge. What surge means is if we have got a clue, but if we didn't have a clue and this horribleness wasn't going to happen, it basically means discard this card and draw another. But we do have a clue. If you have 1 or more clues, Test intellect 4. For each point you fail by, place one of your clues on your location. So, at least we don't discard the clues, but I do want to keep that clue because we've currently got 4 and we want to promote a cultist. So, put that here. What can we do? Well, she's got an intellect of 3. So we'd need a +1. Is there anything we can throw at it? We're going to commit scavenging, and that'll make it a 0 or better. And we will have 2 goes, won't we? I think we can, yeah. If we fail, we'll chuck leather coat in and have another go. So we need a 0 or better. Come on, Wendy. Come on, kid. A 0. She's an absolute star. We didn't have to get rid of leather coat either. So scavenging goes, false lead goes, and we keep our clue. Brilliant. That is the end of the mythos phase. So let's get straight into the investigation phase. And here we are with Roland. He's going to be our first player, and he's got to deal with Vicky Devereaux. So we're going to spend a bullet, 4 combat, 5 combat, and we are going to attack Vicky, who's got 3, so we need a -2 or better. And we get a +1. Excellent. So that's 2 damage onto her, so she joins Wolfman Drew, and we are on 3 victory points. And we, as per his special ability, it doesn't matter about the locked door, we still get a clue. Puts us up to 4 clues. Oh, that was his first action. What's he going to do for his second action? Well, ideally, I'd like to use extra ammunition, but it costs 2, and I haven't got 2 resources. And I suppose I could try and get through the locked door, but there's not much chance of that. I suppose I'd have to spend something, wouldn't I? Oh, tell you what we can do. Oh no, we can't. Having no resources. I don't want to pull an extra card because we're at 7 in our hand already. Oh, God. I don't want to move, because I want the masked hunter to follow me around. Oh, what to do. I hate doing it, but we're going to spend his last 2 actions to get 2 resources. I hate doing that, but at least we'll be able to use the extra ammunition, I think, next turn. So, that was a bit grim. But yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. Okay, next up we have Wendy Adams. And here we are with Wendy. What's she going to do? Well, she may as well use a flashlight. So the batteries have failed, but just before they failed, she's having a look round the asylum. The shroud goes down to 2. She's got an intellect of 3, so it's -1 or better. Are we going to chuck anything at it? I don't think we are. We're just gonna give it a go. So -1 or better. -1. Brilliant. So she gets a clue. So she's got 2 clues. That's cool. Flashlight's useless now. So she's not going to go up against a shroud of 4 with just a normal intellect. The first action, wasn't it? What's she going to do for a second action? Let's pull some cards for her. Let's pull some cards. So, what's she got? Ooh, look what I found. Fast. Play after you fail a skill test by 2 or less while investigating. Discover 2 clues at your location. Ooh. Could I use that now? For pay 2. Well, it's a shroud of 4, isn't it? So that would put it down to a -1 for if I failed by pulling a -1 or a 0, then we get 2 clues. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to investigate. Let's get 2 resources ready on that baby. We're going to investigate. Come on, a -1. Come on. A total fail. Damn it. So we're going to get rid of leather coat. Come on, a -1. Yes! -1. So we failed by 2. But we are playing, look what I found, fast. Play after you fail a skill test by 2 or less. Cost 2. Let's get rid. And we can pick up 2 clues. And those are the final 2 clues at the location. Woohoo! So she's got 4. And Roland's got 4. So the masked hunter is still going to go after Roland. And we get an extra victory point, I believe. Does downtown have a victory point? It does. We're up to 4 victory points. Hang on. Where's the no? There we go. So we are up to 4 victory points. That's immense. And we've still got a action. For a final action, she's going to move. So you can't see it, but I'm moving her from downtown to Northside, where she has joined her friend Roland. Woo, that was a great turn, Wendy. You were on fire there, kid. So brilliant stuff. Right, that is the end of the investigation phase. Let's move on to the enemy phase. And here we are at the enemy phase. So the only enemy we've got is the masked hunter. It's going to prey on the person with the most clues. They've both got 4 clues, and they're both at the same location anyway, so it's going to move across to Miskatonic University. That is it for the enemy phase. Let's move into the upkeep phase. So here we are at upkeep. Anything need refreshing? No, but we do need to get our actions back. Good. And it's draw a card each. So first Roland. What does he get? Emergency cash. About bloody time. So we can spend this to gain 3 resources. We've got 2. So cool. Ooh, dynamite. That will bring us 5 for dynamite. Woohoo! We might be lobbing some dynamite next turn. And why not? Let's card for Wendy is brilliant. She's got backstab. So event costs 3, combat icon, agility icon, tactic, fight. This attack uses agility instead of combat. This attack deals +2 damage. Fantastic. Good card. Excellent stuff. And get a resource each. So Wendy's up to 4 resources and Roland is up to 3. Soon to be 6, hopefully. So that is the end of the upkeep phase. I don't think there's anything else. So let's get straight into turn 19 and the laugh and chuckle phase. Here we are at turn 19. First thing, as ever, is Doom. So we've moved up to 9 o'clock now. So we could do with killing this masked hunter, if at all possible, but it's got 8 health. So that is really tough. Okay, so that's that, and it's encounter card fun. So first of all is Roland as our lead investigator. We get on Wings of Darkness, Revelation, test agility 4. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror, then disengage from each non-Nightgaunt enemy, engage with you and move to a central location. Oh, this happened to Wendy, didn't it? A night gone swoops down from the sky and grabs you with its clawed hands, carrying you off into the night. And his agility is appalling. So let's put that there. Is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can do? No, I don't think we can use dodge. I don't think it's an attack. So it's unexpected courage. I've got 2 wild cards. So it's agility at 4. He's got an agility of 2. So that'd only put me up to 4 agility. You know what? So yeah, I think there's only one. I won't throw anything at it. He can afford to take 1 horror, and yeah, he'll take 1 horror. Guard dog will take 1 of the damage. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way. Right. The only way we can get this, I think, is to pull out the Elder Sign, because a +1 isn't good enough either. So we've got a 1 chance in 16, Elder Sign, and we get a 0. But that's not good enough. So he's failed. 1 damage, 1 horror. In fact, he's going to take the damage. I want to keep the guard dog for obviously fighting the masked hunter, I think. So he will take that damage. Put him down to 5. Take a horror that puts him down to 4. And he gets moved to a central location. We've only got 1, which is Rivertown. So at least he's still only 1 away from the masked hunter, so he should still be able to lob his dynamite, which is cool. What to do, what to do, what to do. It is Wendy. Wendy gets a card, doesn't she? So what does she get? Obscuring fog. So brilliant, we've got a locked door and we've got obscuring fog. Revelation, attached to your location, limit 1 per location. Attached location gets +2 shroud. Forced, after attached location is successfully investigated, discard obscuring fog. So I'll just put this down there, won't be a second. So there we go, we've got obscuring fog and a locked door at Northside. Oh, let's put her back. So not very conducive to picking up some clues in Northside. So that's a bit of a blow. Right, okay, so that is it for the Mythos phase. Let's get straight into the investigation phase. And here we are with Roland. He will be going first this turn. Got a bit of a plan. So with his first action, he is actually going to spend emergency cash to get 3 resources. 1, 2, 3. Then he's going to spend 2 of those for his second action, and that is going to put 3 bullets back in his gun. 1, 2, 3. So that's what we've spent. We've spent the extra ammunition and placed 3 ammo tokens on his firearm asset. And for his final action, we'll go back to the board. And here's Roland. What he's going to do is, obviously he hasn't got enough resources now to chuck dynamite. But what he is going to do is he's going to move back to East Town. So we're hoping to pull the masked hunter to Rivertown. Then he will have an extra resource, hopefully by next turn, and he can lob the dynamite into Rivertown. So that is the plan there. It also frees up this side of the board for Wendy. And I think that will be a good plan. Okay, so next up is Wendy Adams. And here we are with Wendy. First thing she's going to do is she's going to spend some clues. So let's spend... We'll spend 2 clues from her and 2 clues from Roland. Remember, we've got to make sure that the masked hunter doesn't go after her. So let's make sure they've got the same number of clues so we can choose. She's spent 4. Well, we've spent 4 as a group. And let's get another cultist on the board and see if we can sort of snaffle one before we have to resign. And we get Peter Warren, the occult professor. Combat 2, health 3, Agility 3. Humanoid Cultist Miskatonic. Spawn at Miskatonic University, strangely enough. So as an action, spend 2 clues to parlay. Add Peter Warren to the victory display. 2 clues. Brilliant! So we've got 2. She's got 2 clues. A professor of the occult has been seen reading strange books that relate to cannibalism. Maybe he knows something we don't. Damn right he does. Look at him. Evil. So he goes up to Miskatonic University along with the Masked Hunter. Right. Good. Put these ones back. And let's put Peter Warren over here. Won't be a second. Back in a moment. Okay, so Peter Warren is now at Miskatonic University. That was our first action. Now, there's not a great deal we can do. Northside, it's no... I was going to investigate, but we've got obscuring fog. We've got a locked door. You know, it's just... That's bad. Is there anything we can play? Ooh, Will to Survive. 4. Fast. Play only during your turn. Until the end of your turn, do not reveal chaos tokens for any skill tests you perform. We are going to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, because if we play that, then I can do skill test to investigate. Don't have to do the chaos tokens, so we succeed at all 3. Do we not? That gives it... Oh no, that'd give us 5 clues. Oh, and obviously then that horrible thing would come after us. What's her evasion? What is her evasion? Thinky think. She's got 4 agility. The Masked Hunter has got 2 agility. Surely she can give him the slip. But it does mean I'll have moved Roland for no reason whatsoever. So I do that. I get 5 clues. I think that will mean that we get rid of obscuring fog as well, because we'll have a successful investigation. Locked door stays. Oh no, I'd have to get rid of locked door as well, wouldn't I? But that could be one of my actions. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. I hope I'm doing this right. So, for a second action, she's going to spend 4 resources. And we put... No, I'm not. Scratch that. We're going to save that. I'm going to save that for later, I think. Yes. If we leave that a turn, I think I've got a better idea. Do something similar, but we may as well use it for all our actions, mayn't we? Rather than just the last 2. Yeah, scratch that. So what's she going to do? Let's draw some cards. So for a second action, she's going to draw a card. We get manual dexterity, seen that before. So that's +2 agility. Brilliant. And should we draw another card? Yes, let's draw another card. We don't want her to move because we'd like her to deal with Peter Warren. We get guts. And for her final action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could do another card. Yeah, let's do another card. So we've basically drawn 3 cards for this turn, and we've got elusive. Okay, right. I don't think that's too bad. Yes, we'll use Will to Survive a little later when we can use more. But hopefully what will happen now is, well, we'll find out, because it's the enemy phase. I'll show you what happens. And here we are at the enemy phase. So Peter's not going to do anything. He's just going to stay at Miskatonic. But our Masked Hunter, he's going to go after somebody with the most clues. They've both got 2. So we're making him go after Rowley. So he's gone back to Rivertown where he is stalking Roland. That is it for the enemy phase. Next up is the Upkeep Phase. And here we are at the Upkeep Phase. So we've just got our actions to put back. So put those back. Good stuff. And there's no cards to refresh. No, there isn't. So it is now a card each. So Roland, Vicious Blow, nice one. If this skill test is successful during an attack, this attack deals +1 damage. Haha, with a sickening smack, he struck the abomination over and over until at last it stopped moving. Go for it. So that is cool. We've got Vicious Blow. And another card for Wendy, which takes her up to 7. So, sorry, to 8. So it's okay for her hand size. Opportunist in 8. Commit only to a skill test you are performing. If you succeed by 3 or more, return opportunist to your hand after this test instead of discarding it. Well, not brilliant, but it does have a wild card icon. And finally, it is a resource each. She goes up to 5. And Roland goes up to 5. And that is the end of the Upkeep Phase. And that is the end of this episode. How did it go? Okay, we've trod water a little bit, but we got a couple of victory points. We've got 2 cultists. We need 4 really. We've only got 3 doom left to go. But Peter Warren is out on his own now. Wendy can get there next turn, hopefully. We don't get a horrendous like Mythos phase. We can get Peter on our side, so that is good stuff. Spend 2 clues, that is 3. Roland can start lobbing dynamite and stuff at, what is it, the Masked Hunter. And possibly we will send in Wendy as well. Let's see if we can kill the Masked Hunter, because we haven't got enough clues to generate another cultist. We'll have a go at trying to kill the Masked Hunter, I think. And, you know, if it looks like we're going to get defeated or whatever, then we will just have to resign before that happens and, unfortunately, leave 3 cultists out on the board. But not too bad, not too bad. I would have preferred to get 4. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. But let's see how we go on. At least, you know, there's 3 damage there. And, yeah, 3 damage there. We've got a dodge. So we should be able to dodge it as well. And got Vicious Blow. We still got Unexpected Courage. We got some ammo back in our automatic. And we've got the guard dog. So we may be able to kill it. Hopefully Wendy can get in there, she can chuck a knife at it as well, and if we do manage to get that, as soon as we get that 4th cultist, I will resign, I think. I don't think we've got any chance of getting all 6 before midnight strikes. So this is a close one. This is pretty close for getting that 4th cultist. I think we may have to stick with 3. As I say, we shall have to see. We're going to get a doom starter next turn. We've only got 2 doom to go, and we need some horrible draw or something, and then we're in deep doo-doo. But mind you, if we do manage to kill this guy, that does take 2 doom off. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Anyway, enough wittering. We're probably well over the 40-minute mark yet again. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for all the likes, for all the subscriptions, and for all the views. It is much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who's gone across to Board Game Links to upvote the site, and to everybody who's gone onto BGG to like the videos. Brilliant. Thank you very much. So I hope you will join me next... Oh, as ever, before I go into that spiel, if I've made any mistakes, which I probably have, please let me know, because I was doing a bit of thinking and changing my mind during that episode, so I have probably missed something. As ever, please let me know, and I will do my best to fix it. Hopefully I haven't done anything as boneheaded as last turn. And if we have made a mistake, it's in our favour. But yes, if you have spotted anything, please let me know and I will try and fix it. So, until next time, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.